Oh, hey guys, it's Mike. We're back here to look at the longest journey. We got out of April's dream world, and now we're going to explore the real world. So let's take a look at what's going on here.
The wardrobe is actually made of real wood, and not that synthetic crap that makes me sneeze and itch all over.
Okay, let's check out.
Alright, so my wardrobe's sort of chic deficient,
Yeah,
but I
kind of
can't
a
afford to
farce.
be cutting edge. Useful,
Closet
practical,
here.
and cheap is my shopping mantra. I could only carry one suitcase with me when I left home. There was so much I would have loved to bring, but c'est la vie. At least it was a clean break with my past. I guess when all my hard work starts paying off, I'll get a house and fill it with all kinds of new junk. The past, who needs it?
Some hints about April's past here. Is she running from something?
It's a bunch of drawings I drew when I was a kid. I don't even know why I brought them here. They mean absolutely nothing to me. It's Constable Guybrush, my toy ape. He doesn't much like being called monkey.
Oh, let's grab him.
It's real wood.
Yes, it is. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Cash card.
My cash card at the moment is really quite useless. There can't be more than $1 or $2 left in it.
It's a feature. That's how you know. All cash is on cards. Oop. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Guybrush here. Yeah, Guybrush. Really blatant reference to Monkey Island. And that is an ugly monkey.
Constable Guybrush is a strange hybrid between man, ape, and musician. In addition to being an officer of the law, of course. It's Constable Guybrush.
Man, he's ugly. Let's check that out.
Hey! You! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey!
Mildly amusing, but irritating as hell. I'll shut him up now.
Yeah, that's a good call. Alrighty.
That's my desk, so, theoretically, that's where I'm supposed to do my work. I think my muse has departed me for greener pastures, though, because lately, inspiration's been fleeting at best. I'm not good at taking care of living things, but this plant's doing just fine despite months of neglect. Nice view, if you're into brickwork.
We've got sparse accommodations here. Yeah. The rubber ducky.
It's a rubber ducky, helplessly trapped under that rusty old grill.
This is one of those infamous puzzles throughout all adventure gaming. The solution to this puzzle is kind of obscure. Actually, I don't even remember it, so we'll have to
I still
discover as we
haven't
go
figured
along.
out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water. It's a rusty old grill, kept afloat by a rubber ducky. I don't know what that chain's for, but it's connected to some kind of mechanism at the bottom of the canal.
Man, I can't do anything with it. Can I get the clothes on? Oop, maybe not.
It's a seagull. The poor guy looks quite hungry.
Birdie.
Whatever those pipes are spewing out, I know one thing for sure. It ain't water.
Dystopian future.
It's a picture of me and my friends.
Okay, let's take a look.
It's a picture of Charlie, Emma, and me in Florence Park. Marcus took it about a month ago before it got real hot.
Can I do anything with it? I guess not.
My on-again, off-again diary. We've had a turbulent relationship, her and I. Dear Diary, note to self. Dreams of talking trees and dragons aside, it's still no excuse for talking to inanimate matter in the real world. So quit it.
Seems fair.
a diary intermittently since I was 5 years old. Not the same one, of course. I started this one, I think, April of this year.
Makes sense.
There's a loose sheet of paper in here. Hey, it's my timesheet from the cafe. I completely forgot I put it in here. Good thing I found it, because I'm broke.
Okay, well, we got no money, and we now have a way to get money at the cafe, so I think that's pretty obvious what we gotta do.
That's my work. It's supposed to be a portrait of my life study teacher, but I think he might disagree. I'd better head over to the studio to do some work. Only 2 weeks until the big show opens, and my contribution is in serious need of attention. Might be a good idea to get dressed first, though.
She wears her boots to bed? She does look like an artist now.
Hey, babe.
Ugh.
Babe, you're looking real sexy today.
Wow.
Zach, listen, I've got to run, and...
What's going on, April? How you been?
This guy's kind of blatantly trying to hit on her. I'll be
pretty
nice to
good,
him.
and you?
Fantastic. Listen, April, how about you and me getting together sometime soon? Like, tonight. The pavilion is really cooking this week. We could pop some raptures, do a little close dancing. How about it?
Okay. What?
No, that's not gonna work, Zach.
What? You got something against me, babe? Do I offend you in some way?
Oh, no. I just don't think it's a good idea for us to be...
Yeah, let's do drugs.
together
Jesus.
like that.
Hey, whatever. You come crawling back when you realize your mistake, babe. I'm out of here.
This guy's a little too stereotypically jerkish here.
What an asshole.
Yeah, that kind of explains it.
That's Zach's room. I've never been in there, and I pray I never will.
Amen to that.
Charlie's apartment. His place is twice as big as mine, with a private bathroom and a huge bed. I guess he likes his creature comforts.
See if he's on.
Nobody home.
Was it an ATM?
It's a fact, as in FACT, Free Access Terminal.
Okay. Let's talk to it, I guess.
Computer.
Voice interface is not installed. Please use the touchscreen interface to communicate with this free access terminal.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Why not consider a very reasonable upgrade? In addition to a voice interface, true holo display technology and Instacredit compatibility.
No, I'll just use my hands, thanks.
You are missing out on a great opportunity. If you upgrade now...
Hold on. You understood that. You have a voice interface installed already. Why would I pay to have another one installed?
Corporations.
Current voice interface is for sales purposes only. If you take advantage of this very affordable upgrade today...
No, really. This terminal doesn't belong to me.
Noted. Please refrain from voice communication in the future, or you will be reported to the FACT FUB and charged for processing time.
FUB?
Fair Use Bureau. They are authorized to carry deadly arms.
Well, whatever. Sorry.
So it's kind of weird parody of future where salespeople and customer service people carry weapons?
It's a fact. As in, no. I don't think I'd appreciate the FUB barging in on me right now.
Okay. What else we got here? I think that's all in the hallway. Let's go downstairs. And we're downstairs. Who's this?
That's Fiona, my landlady. She's all right.
Nice. I'll chat with her in a second. What do we got here? Bulletin board.
Be considerate. Keep the volume down after 11 p.m. Fiona. Pizza and movie night, Monday, July 31st. BYOS. BYO what? Soap?
Yeah, BYO. Bring her on soda, maybe?
I can't tell what that note's saying as long as it's up there. Fiona's handwriting is not particularly legible.
I can take the note.
I'm sorry, but big sweaty jocks do not turn me on. I'll take a nerd any day.
Wow, we're really pandering here, longest journey.
Annual summer blowout at the Fringe Cafe, Friday, August 4th, 8 p.m. Free food, live performances by Roy Dale, Harlequin Masquerade, The Go-Getters. Tickets available at the bar, $10 only. Spread the word.
Okay. Kind of a happening town.
Look, it's Monkey Boy.
Sure.
Common room duty roster, July 27th. April and Emma. Oh, joy, manual labor, my favorite. San Francisco. I'd love to go there someday. Someday soon, hopefully.
Got stuff happening all around.
Be considerate. Keep the volume down. Pizza and movie night, Monday, July. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're enough
Big
with that.
sweaty jocks. Pizza and movie night, Monday, July
Get out of here.
31st.
There we go.
The omnipresent screen. I don't pretend to know how it
Capitalized
works,
screen.
but all the data apparently passes through tiny little black holes in the fabric of our dimension. You know, that really freaks me out when I think about it.
Yeah, we're bending the laws of physics in order to get better TV programs. Actually, that sounds about right.
Emma picked this table up at a flea market for $10 last month. That's $9 more than it's worth.
Yeah. Let's talk to Fiona.
Morning, Fiona.
Good morning, darling. You're up early.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Are you feeling all right? You look a little pale.
I had a bad nightmare.
Seems like someone we can confide in.
Again? Well, you're not the only one, darling. Mickey woke me up screaming in the middle of the night. She wouldn't go back to sleep until I made her a cup of herbal tea.
Herbal?
Nightmares?
Apparently. But she refuses to tell me what they were. I think she's embarrassed.
That doesn't sound like Mickey.
I know, darling. Don't tell her I said so. But I've never seen her so agitated in my life. She scared the hell out of me.
Bad dreams,
I
huh?
don't know why I have nightmares. I guess they could be stress-related. After all, the exhibition's right around the corner.
Oh, yes. The school exhibition. How's that going?
God, don't ask. I have no idea how I'm going to finish my painting on time. I haven't felt inspired in ages.
I think you work too hard, darling. You need to relax once in a while. Live. Enjoy your youth. There's inspiration to be found in hedonism, you know.
Amen, Fiona.
No, I don't know, but apparently you do.
I'm an authority on the subject, darling. Ask Mickey. She'll tell you I don't lift a finger around the place unless I absolutely have to.
It's strange that they're talking about dreams, bad nightmares, because dreams actually become really important in the second game. I wonder if this is foreshadowing or if this is just kind of a narrative device.
Where's everybody this morning?
Mickey's tied up in the basement. Mind you, she's not literally tied up, of course, although that is a tempting thought.
Are you getting into your sexual fantasies here, Fiona? Because it's a little too early in the morning for that, don't you think?
Sorry, I just can't help myself. Anyway, the plumbing is... You probably noticed when you took a shower, yeah? There's no hot water. So Mickey's working on that. Getting knee-deep in putrid canal water is her job, thank God.
What about Charlie? He up yet?
No, he's still sleeping, and Emma just went to bed. I saw her come in when I was making breakfast. Do you know who she's seeing now?
I don't know. Some guy?
Those lads I see her with, darling. She's too good for those arseholes. I wish she'd find herself a man who'd treat her right for once.
She hasn't had much luck with love, no?
She's a magnet for creeps, and she's so pretty. They prey on her, you know, bastards.
Huh.
I've tried to talk to her about it, but Emma's impulsive. She doesn't listen.
She's just as headstrong as you and me, darling, but I'm sure she'll be all right. She's smart and resourceful, and not afraid to speak up for herself.
Yeah, one thing I liked about this is that the relationships are fleshed out really, really early. Even Fiona is the first time I ever encountered in a game openly lesbian couple. Really one of the first times, years before, you know, it even entered kind of mainstream appreciation of it.
Shouldn't you be outside enjoying the good weather?
You joking? Bollocks to that. I'll stay inside until September, thank you very much. It's too bloody hot.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Why, certainly, darling. About what?
Tell me about Emma.
Emma? Why, she's your best friend, darling. I don't know what to tell you that you don't already know. You girls are so close.
That's true. The day we met, we clicked instantly. It was strange, but cool.
Like me and Mickey, then? Except for the sex, of course.
Jesus.
That's a pretty big except for Fiona.
Fiona's got a dirty mind.
I guess so. She's the crazy one, Emma is. Not crazy as in mad as a hatter, but crazy in a good way. Fun to be around.
Emma's always been a little weird.
Exactly, darling. She's a flirt, too, and the boys seem to drop like flies at her feet. No wonder. She's a real looker, I don't have to tell you. I'm sure she could have been a model if she'd wanted, but she's an artist, and a good one, too. I really think she'll be a successful artist. Her sculptures are getting a lot of attention.
Anything else you can tell me about Emma?
She ought to be a little more careful sometimes. She's a flirt, and although she doesn't mean any harm, some lads don't take too well to being teased and rejected. You should tell her that,
A lot of
though,
them, actually.
being her best friend and all.
I have told her. She won't listen.
No. She does worry me a little, but she's a big girl and she can take care of herself. I'm certainly happy to have her living here. Next to you and Charlie, she's my favourite tenant.
Huh. Playing favorites here. Alright, let's learn a little bit more about April's past.
What did you think of me when we first met?
That's a peculiar question, isn't it? I thought you were quite lovely. I still do, darling.
Do you remember the day I arrived?
Of course, darling. It wasn't that long ago, and I'm not senile quite yet. It was in May, wasn't it? Charlie referred you to me, and you were quite at a loss. First day in the city, wasn't it? I remember. You looked like a lost puppy.
Puppy? Me?
When I saw you lugging that suitcase across the bridge, my heart went out to you. I'm glad you came here. You could have been lost anywhere else.
So, we've been here about, I don't know, 2-3 months, it seems. She's talking about getting here in May, and if it's July, I believe it was said earlier. We're really just starting off in April's life here.
How long have you known Charlie?
Oh, he's one of our oldest tenants. It's close to 3 years, I believe, since he moved in. Charlie is always in a good mood, and he's such a gentleman.
I agree. He's an actual, genuine gentleman.
And you don't see a lot of gentlemen these days, trust me. You have a very good friend in him, darling. Perhaps even more than a friend.
What do you mean, more than a friend?
Not for me to say, darling. If you don't realize it yet, you will.
Huh. Little foreshadowing there.
What's up with Zach Lee?
The asshole.
Zach? I think we both feel the same way about him, darling. He's not actually a bastard. If he was, I'd have had him out of here in an instant. But he is an arse, and a stuck-up, pompous, arrogant wanker.
Wow.
My thoughts exactly. Aside from that wanker bit.
Still, he pays his rent on time, and he doesn't make a lot of noise. He keeps to himself. And most importantly, he's shit scared of me, so I can't just kick him out.
I guess that works.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Fiona.
Me? Why? It's not much to say, darling. I love my job, I love Venice, and I love being with Mickey. I'm a happy girl. Sure, sometimes I wish I could go back to England to see my family, but that's water under the bridge, so to speak. I'm very happy with myself and my life here in Newport.
Newport, Venice. I still don't know precisely where we are.
How long have you and Mickey been together?
Mickey and I have been together since I was 19. She was in her late 30s then. The older, wiser, worldly woman. I found her sweet and charming and intriguing. When I finally realized she was neither of those things, it was too late. I was in love. She stole me away from my dreary British inner-city life, and she brought me here. She was no knight in shining armor, that's for sure, but she knew how to treat me like a woman.
You guys make a great couple.
You think so, darling? Yes, I guess we do. And the sex is amazing.
You never get tired of talking about your sex
Seriously.
life, do you?
It's really open here.
Never. And if I ever do, please shoot me.
Can you tell me something about the border house?
That's one of my favorite topics, darling. What precisely do you want to know?
There's a lot of dialogue here.
What made you decide to run a boarding house?
That's a long story. One of the reasons Mickey and I got together was that we shared a passion for the classic English country inns. You know, quaint, weathered buildings, funny old ladies, and oddly suggestive names like the Lazy Cock.
So why come here to the big city? To America?
We wanted to create a place with a similar atmosphere and hospitality here in Newport. Like a safe house for people like you and I to call home, if only for a short while. So we discussed different options for a few months, and then we decided we wanted to start a boarding house for young, penniless students and artists.
You decided you wanted to do that here in Venice?
We knew that Venice was the place for us long before we came here, but the hard part was finding a building cheap enough.
And this building was available?
Not at first. Like most of the buildings in Venice, this one used to be a factory, but when we first looked at it, a local company was planning to turn it into a bar and nightclub. It was so perfect for our purposes, though, that we appealed to the Venice Borough Council, and after outlining our plans, they gave us the go-ahead at a reduced price, provided we kept our promises regarding our tenants.
This place really has a kind of like a New York East Village kind of feel to it. You know, artists, bohemians, schools, and just an odd collection of characters.
What inspired the name Border House?
That came quite naturally when we saw the place. It's on the border between two worlds, isn't it?
Foreshadowing.
Between Venice and the city itself. And at the same time, I also believe we're on the border between two more abstract worlds. Between art and spirit on the one hand, and science and technology on the other.
Wow, that's pretty blatantly
That's
setting
very
it
poetic,
up.
Fiona.
Yes, I've practiced. I may be an inner-city girl, but I can philosophize and bullshit with the best of them.
Do you and Mickey own the place together?
We own it together, yes, and we've shared the responsibilities between us. Mickey takes care of the maintenance of the building, and I busy myself with the administrative tasks. I also take care of the day-to-day management of our tenants, like deciding whether or not to let someone rent a room. And, of course, the unpleasant business of booting someone out.
I thought you enjoyed that part.
Yes, all right. In some cases I do, but not always. It can get quite messy.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could help you out, darling.
What can you tell me about Venice?
I don't really know much about the history of Venice. You should really ask someone with an interest in local affairs.
You were in California?
What I do know is that this whole neighborhood used to be an industrial area, and that about 100 years ago they converted most of the buildings into residences for students and the homeless. And it's a nice place to live, certainly. Friendly people, liberal attitudes, great clothing stores, quite perfect, aside from that dreadful stench from the canals in the summertime.
What's the story behind my apartment?
Your apartment? It's more a room than anything else. Not much more than a large closet, really.
It's not that small.
It's one of our smallest rooms, but it's cheap, and it's on a nice floor. I hope you're happy there.
I like it. It's convenient, and it's got, an interesting view.
That's nice to hear, darling. As for the story behind it, no unexplained deaths or hidden pirate treasures, I'm afraid. Just a long string of students on a tight budget.
Do you like Newport?
The city? I stay in Venice most of the time. It's easy to forget we're just a tiny little pocket in the middle of a sprawling urban wasteland. But do I like it? I think Newport is one of the great cities of our age. Love it or hate it, you can't argue with that.
And which one is it? Love or hate?
I haven't decided yet, darling. Ask me again in another 15 years. Perhaps I'll have an answer then.
I don't have any more questions right now.
Don't hesitate asking if there's something else you want to know.
I'd better get going.
Off to school?
Yeah, there are no more classes this semester, but I have to finish my painting by next Thursday.
For what it's worth, darling, good luck. And don't work too hard, all right?
So it was basically a large info dump, but I really like Fiona, the character. Like, you don't really interact with her a lot, but she really sets the stage in a way that's kind of... she's got a great way of telling the story of, Venice and the border house and the people here. I really, really like her. She's actually kind of a fan favorite. What is this?
Found a gold ring under the common room sofa. If it's yours, let me know. But no false claims, please. Fiona. I did lose a gold ring a few weeks ago. I hope this is the one. I'll have to ask Fiona about it.
Well, oh, shit, and I got a push pin, too.
It's a push pin.
Yeah, let's try this.
I saw this note on the corkboard. I think the ring might belong to me.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but could you describe the ring?
Sure thing. It says Sweet 16. My dad gave it to me. I think it was the only birthday of mine he remembered, or at least acknowledged.
Yes, that's the one. I found it under the sofa when I was vacuuming. Here you are, darling.
Thanks. It's not worth much, but it's got a certain sentimental value for me.
It's a very pretty ring.
Yeah, it is. My dad never gave me anything pretty before or since. He must have won a poker game or something that day. You know what's strange? I don't hate him. He's a bastard and he treated me like crap almost every single day of my life. But I don't hate him. I feel sorry for him.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to love. He can't love anybody or anything. And because he'll be miserable every second of every minute of every day until the day he dies. God, I'm glad that life is behind me. I hope I never have to see him again. No, that doesn't sound right. I've made a choice not to see him again. Ever.
So yeah, kind of the background. April very clearly running away from her family, her father. Yeah, only really you can see the hints of the story behind it.
We have a nice view of the bridges from this window.
Alright, let's go outside. Let's take a look at, where are we? Venice? Newport? I don't even remember.
I love this mural, even though the motif is a little trite. I mean, fairy tale forests and magical dragons? Still, it's pretty. I wonder what happened to the artist. Probably making a bundle from cheesy fantasy calendars and book covers.
Let's be self-aware here. No. I like that she's actually, saying that this looks trite, fantasy forests and dragons, when she just had a dream about that, but... Okay. Well, this certainly looks like a puzzle.
What a mystifying contraption, and completely absurd. What are all these valves and wheels and thingamajigs for? What grand purpose does it all serve?
Okay. A clamp. Okay, is water leaking?
It seems the clamp served a purpose after all. What a surprise.
Okay, come with this wheel.
It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high. I guess that's a pressure gauge.
Okay.
It's at 100. That's percent, I guess. 100% pressure?
Sure, why not?
Mystifying. 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 That
Cables.
cable's been ripped in two. The cables are too far apart to tie them back together. Looks like a big piece of cable was torn off.
Okay. Why don't we... Wow, really, we're gonna use this?
I hope it doesn't melt or anything.
I get...
It's alive!
Okay. Alrighty, so... Okay, that seems to move that red dot. Also, okay, so the red dot keeps it stable. And the left one moves everything else. And I can't affect them directly, so... Okay, those two are in sync, so... Nope, no. Okay, and... We'll just move these until... Well, it's doing something. Can I get the clamp? No. Can I turn the wheel?
It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Okay, that's... Oh, wow, I can't even do that stuff anymore.
It's at 100. Mystifying.
Can I get the ring back?
Without the ring, I won't be able to use this, machine. The ring seems to be working perfect. Mystifying.
Okay.
The clamp's keeping the hose closed, so it won't leak.
Well, I've certainly got it working. I can't move the
won't
wheel.
budge. The pressure's probably...
Can't do anything with the ring. Can't do anything with the clamp? Okay, the pressure's too high.
The water tank's full.
Water tank. Anything I can use here? Maybe I can puncture the water tank? No. Well, this definitely works.
Mystifying.
I turned on that water... Or that green light went on.
Mystifying.
Can't do anything with the clamp. There's a valve or something to release the water here.
It's a rusty old wheel.
Okay.
It won't...
What's that? That won't budge. I really don't remember. I thought that was it. Well, leave that for another time. So, okay. So I found the ring and immediately lost it there. I guess I'll come back to that. I guess in the meantime, this is probably a decent place to stop. We're getting into the the world. We got a huge kind of info dump from Fiona. And who's that? Cortez.
That's Cortez. He sits in the same spot almost every day. I hate to admit it, he scares me a little.
So maybe next time we'll take a look at, see, maybe we can solve that puzzle again, and we'll talk to Cortez. Till then.